Good to be with you again. It strikes me in every Mass as we begin the central prayer of the Eucharist. You hear the priest every Mass saying, Sursum corda, lift up your hearts. Let us give thanks to the Lord our God. And sometimes when you hear those words, you feel good and you're optimistic and everything's going well. And there are other times when you hear those words as a real challenge. You may be cast down by concerns about your health, about employment, problems in the family, loved ones who are in dangerous situations. Lots of reasons that can tear us down. And yet we're always being challenged. Lift up your hearts. It strikes me that is the basic Christian attitude. It doesn't mean that we pretend always to be happy, laughing, smiling. No false pretenses are required. But it does mean that deep in our hearts, in the center of our being, we know our lives are in the hand of the God who loves us, who cares for us, who provides for us. And that gives a beautiful sense of peace, a sense of strength, even in the most difficult of circumstances. Lift up your hearts. I always remember reading about a psychiatrist, Viktor Frankl, in Austria. And he was in a Nazi imprisoned camp. And he notices the months and the years went on, how some people were dying and some managed to live on. And he noticed it wasn't the strongest, the physically best people who were able to live on. It was people who had someone or something to live for. In the midst of all the suffering, all the negative stuff that they were experiencing, the hatred of brutal Nazi dictatorship. Yet, even then, some, he said, were able to go through the room and give some of their food to others, to think of others, to share with others, even in spite of all that they themselves were suffering. They could still keep a sense of inner peace. In a way, that's the last freedom we have. It's up to us to choose. We can choose to be depressed, anxious, a nervous wreck, or we can choose to remember we are in God's hands. Nothing's going to happen to us except what the Lord wills for us. It gives us a beautiful sense of inner peace, that we're able to deal with all the negative things in life, even to forgive those who perhaps hurt us. Oh, Jesus in the gospel gave us many challenges to overcome evil with goodness, hatred with forgiveness. And we can do it if we lift up our hearts, if indeed we remember we are in God's hands. He loves us. He cares for us. He provides for us. He will enable us to overcome evil with goodness, to overcome hatred with love and forgiveness. Sursum corda, lift up your hearts, and let us give thanks to the Lord our God. God bless you and keep you and your loved ones.